All right, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Oil Stream. Game 7, Stanley Cup final tonight. Zach, can you turn me up just a little bit? Oh, there we go, the good stuff. Tommy, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, this is a crazy day as anticipated. I would describe it as everything's buzzing. It's buzzing. Sorry, I got to turn down my volume on my computer. I'm buzzing right now.
You're so fired up, Tommy.
I'm just excited. I'm excited about everything. I think I'm feeling the energy in the city, obviously via our text line and the nasty chat. And this is cool. This is really cool. And I think when I look at it now compared to when the Oilers were last in this situation 18 years ago, I think that was more trepidation compared to what it is
so?
now.
I wasn't around that. I was working at a radio station in Lethbridge. So
a lot more nervous energy. I think today's energy feels.
Is it overconfident?
I'm not going to even say confident. It feels good. There's something to it. I think my sense of it is there's a good vibe to it. Whereas in 2006, you knew they shouldn't have been there. You knew they were swinging way above their heads and weight class. This doesn't feel like that today. I don't know. I still think, this game is going to go either way. Both teams are going to empty the tank, all of that stuff. But this one, there's a better energy. And I'm not going to use the word confident. I don't want to use confident.
I think fans are confident. I think fans are confident. And the players should be confident too.
But
I don't know, fans, you're watching right now. You're listening. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I'm not even going to question your confidence thing. I want to ask fans, what's your emotion right now? What are you feeling right now? 780-218-9999. Hit us up over in the nasty chat as well.
Yeah. It's good to be confident, but in terms of the team and the game, I think there's a good buzz, good energy, good flow to it. That's how I look at it.
Well, there should be. They've won 3 in a row facing elimination, right? So
I know, but the Panthers are going to be desperate.
Well, let's just. Oh man, I just wrote on my screen.
Nice
with pen on a computer screen, and it's off. Oh, what a recovery! Holy smokes, I was pretty worried there for 1 second.
Classic.
How much does things change here, Tommy, with the Panthers also now facing elimination? You know what I mean? Maybe the Panthers will. Maybe they don't bring it to another level tonight. Maybe the Oilers don't allow them to play it to another. But you have to think there's something there for the Panthers tonight with their backs. So they always had They always had that one more game.
Yeah.
One more game. Your mindset has to be different tonight. If you're the Florida Panthers. And I'm curious what that means.
I think it will be different. Now, Florida might come out, or I'm assuming they will come out like they did in the first 10 minutes of Game 5, where they were all over the Oilers. They really, really were. And they had an excellent first 10 minutes. Edmonton held the fort. Then they get that shorty from Connor Brown. Brilliant play by Connor Brown. And Edmonton kind of paced themselves to that 4-1 lead, watched it slip away a bit. In the third one, they protected the house and ultimately hung on for the 5-3 victory. I think we're going to see more of Game 5 style of play as opposed to Games 4 and 6. Now, Edmonton won one of those. They lost one of them. Or pardon me. They won both of those.
Yeah, they won both of those.
Pardon me. I'm losing track of which games.
Tommy's been on a heater here for the last couple of months. What a legendary
run. They won
both
both of those games. But I think it will be closer, tighter game.
780-218-9999. The Oil Stream today and every day, all season long, brought to you by our partners over at Boston Pizza, where I did see from Boston Pizza national account that they're giving away 30,000 pizzas if the Oilers win. Now, we deal with the Northern Alberta folks who are a part of National, so I'm assuming they'll be a part of that as well. But that's a big chunk of pizza pies that they're going to be ready to dish out if the Edmonton Oilers end up winning. The playoff menu at Boston Pizza has been absolutely rolling all playoff long, and we're going to be at the Argyle Boston Pizza on Wednesday at noon. So that's 2 days from now. We'll be talking possible Stanley Cup Championship parade. I don't know. What time would you think a parade would
I don't
get going?
know. Do we have to change it if the parade's happening?
I don't know. We have to figure out. I mean, we would if we decide to somehow stream from the parade,
Right.
like on the parade route or somewhere close to there.
Sure, there is some
So,
possibility
it might
for
be in
that.
flux a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's plan for Wednesday at Argyle Boston Pizza. Join us there, and we'll let you know if there's any sort of changes. Big Uke!
Big Uke.
What's the prediction tonight, buddy? Just a lot of Oilers goals. That comes from a man who's
sounds
got a few
lovely.
sprinkles kicking around there.
Eh?
Yeah.
I'll be good if it goes the right way.
Yeah. Okay, good.
There he is.
Good. Yeah. What'd you win? What are you picking up? Gift cards. Always gift
no big
cards.
deal.
I love it. That's good. That's good.
Do you have a cookie?
Oh, man, those cookies are unreal.
They're
You should
so
try
good.
one of those
They're
cookies.
fresh.
Some listener dropped
Highly
off some cookies
recommend.
that she made, and they are unreal. Zacticum's going
Have
to take
one.
half the bag home. He's all
Take
excited
one.
about it. Take a cookie, Uke. Our cookies are not good enough for you, Uke. Enjoy the game tonight, buddy. All right, let's get to some of your text messages here. McLovin is in and says, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Oily Doughboy
Hey, Oily Dope.
just says stress. Jeff from GP says nervous and excited. Big Slam Nasty's in and says, big shout out to my manager in Toronto. Called me this morning and said to take off at noon and have a day off tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Time to push the pace and get after it. You just got to be careful. Like the last thing you want to do is be so fired up that by 5 o'clock tonight, you're absolutely plastered and you don't remember the game.
Don't do that.
That would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, if you weren't like you're working tonight, I'm working tomorrow morning. If it was just a green light tonight and you're like, you didn't have to, if it was a party night tonight, what time is the best time to start drinking, do you think?
Puck
What-
drop.
when you- puck drop? Oh, please.
I'd save it for puck drop.
No chance. I'd be boozing before puck drop
But
for
then
sure.
you're teetering on.
No, you gotta pace it right. So you hit puck drop and you're just in the zone.
Maybe you start with like a 2 hoots hard iced tea. Don't just give a hoot.
That
give
is a
two.
good idea. Hey, Maddie. Maddie, can you bring me a 2 hoots?
Me too, please.
Couple of 2 hoots over here.
We'll take a 2 hoots.
That's a great idea, Tom.
And
All right,
then-
let's continue the conversation.
Then
what happens?
At puck drop, this is a hypothetical. Everybody do it your own way, mix in water if you're going hard already. Then
Drink as much 6 o'clock or lager as you possibly can.
you start to mix in the beverage of choice for the evening at puck drop. Whether you're
Oh, there he is.
Oh, nice and
the
chill.
man
Thank
delivers all the way back from Atlanta straight to the studio. Not
Boom.
for Zach. He's working. Just kidding.
Take it
Zach.
away.
All right.
Cheers,
Cheers, buddy.
Here's
If you've not
to a
tried
crazy
the
season.
if you have not tried the 2 hoots
Cheers,
hard
Zach.
iced tea yet, you are missing out.
There we
This
go.
has become like our adopted child. We've got the 6 o'clock lager was our first kid. The Birdie Booze is our second kid because they make you a little bit wilder, just like the second. Like look at Marshall and the Muzz.
Yep.
Marshall's a steady Eddie, just like the 6 o'clock lager.
Yep.
The Muzz is a wild child, just like the Birdie Booze. And then this is our adopted son, the 2 hoots. This stuff is absolutely delicious.
It is very good.
Okay, so
So then you puck drop, and then whatever your beverage of choice, whether it's 6 o'clock or lager, Birdie Booze, if you're a rum and Coke person, if you're a Ryan Coke
Yeah, yeah.
person, if you're a vodka soda person, that's where
So
you get
just
into
pregame
it.
and then you crank it up a
Yeah.
notch. I think my plan would be 3:30, roll in, probably have a beer, glass of water. About 4 o'clock, hit the double spice rum and diets,
Boom,
double fisting
boom.
until you fall asleep after the game. That's it. I think that's probably
I'd want to go if this is a successful night for the city of Edmonton, as I'll describe it.
yeah.
I'd like to enjoy some of the revelry peacefully without burning and flipping and breaking stuff. Arm in arm with fellow fans, if I was a fan. And I'd want to have the energy to do so in a perfect world. If the Cardinals were winning the Super Bowl
Yes.
and I was in Scottsdale or Peoria, shout out to Peoria, I would be there in my Larry Fitzgerald jersey, pretty inebriated, but celebrating peacefully.
Yeah, that would be how you do it, eh?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Next time LeBron wins a title, I'm having a parade down Jasper. Just me. That's it.
I'll pull you on a little red wagon.
Thanks, man. That would be amazing. Who's that? That's Nielsen. LeBron won his 5th title.
Who's that?
Look at this.
That's
It's
Gazzola.
amazing. Yeah. All right, guys. When 3:30 hits and work is done, I'm cracking a 6 o'clocker and some birdie booze. That one is in from Andrew today. V Power says, yes, guys. Can we remind everyone not to burn the city down?
Yes.
Regardless of the outcome tonight. I don't think that happens.
Please don't.
I don't
Just
think.
don't.
I mean, could there be a little bit of damage here or there just from overcrowding?
Yeah, but don't
Sure.
smash windows.
But yeah, just don't be an idiot.
Everybody wants to celebrate if things go well for our city tonight. Be good to each other. That's it. This is a time to be excited, and if the opportunity arises to celebrate something, do it properly.
If you're watching over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please feel free to fire us a text, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Darren, this is a good one. I like how Darren's viewing this game heading in tonight. I would say confident, not in being certain the Oilers are guaranteed to win, but confident that no matter what happens in the game, we can't rule them out.
Good point.
That's probably a good way to look at it.
That's a good way to look at it. This game, I know, lineups and all that, probably the same line. I know there was some discussion yesterday about Evander Kane skating. Forget it.
It's no.
Don't
Why,
play
why
him.
would you do
don't,
that?
Don't
I mean,
bother. Stop it. He wasn't here for the last 3. Don't. He's hurt. Has to be all their best games. This is a McDavid legacy game, Draisaitl legacy game. This is where you cement it. This is balls to the wall, all out. You know Florida's going to throw the same at them. But if Edmonton has McDavid and Draisaitl, and then the supporting cast going, in theory, this is an Edmonton situation that is ideal. And I feel like these guys are dialed in that way.
Cole Harbor Joe to the inbox at 780-218-9999 says locked and loaded. He's got 1 4-pack of 6 o'clocker lagers.
Good.
Stacked on top of another 4-pack of 6 o'clocker lagers with a Mickey of the Birdie Booze smack dab on top. Cole Harbor Joe, you're going to have a good night.
We salute you.
You're going to really like that night. I think it's going to be good. Saw somebody over on the I think it was in the Nasty Chat. Maybe it was a text. I think it was over in the Nasty Chat, though. Said they're at the hotel in Florida. The Oilers are there, and they saw them today, and they look pretty loose. But they also said Stoff does have his game face on. So that's a good one.
Biggest game of Stauffer's life that he's not playing.
I got the Game 7 call from Stoff today.
That's where
Do you know how rare it is to get a Stanley Cup Final Game 7 phone call from Stoff today? Caught me off guard, not going to lie.
That means he's a nervous boy.
You think that's what it is?
I think
That would
so.
make sense. Like he can't not be doing something at a time.
He's just,
Yeah.
what do I do?
Yeah, he was
Royal Pizza.
he was pretty fired up. He was pretty fired up for the game tonight. Joel is in and says, guys, if by chance they were to lose, they did awesome this year, and I would celebrate them regardless. Yeah, I mean, that's a conversation we can have tomorrow, depending
Sure.
on how this thing goes.
Yes.
But I do think that this is a team. I don't know. Where do you think the fans would come out if they like?
Heartbroken.
Yeah, heartbroken, but still proud of the group.
Yeah, I think
You should be. I think you should be.
That's kind of been the underlying theme is, want to see them win, obviously, rightly so. If they don't, I think the broken heart is there, but the appreciation for what this team has accomplished through adversity, digging its own mistakes, all that stuff. I think that there would, at the end of the day, be a sense of a little bit of pride, for sure. Still,
I think there has to be.
Yeah.
Come the first or second day of free agency, the vibe probably changes a little bit here in Edmonton after coming so close, and
Yeah.
you wonder, will they ever get back there again? All that type of stuff. You got to find the final pieces or whatever. But I think tomorrow morning. Well, I think it probably depends on how the game goes. Like if they shoot themselves in the foot a few times tonight, people are gonna be pissed off tomorrow morning.
I
And
can't
your
wait for
post game
those
show is gonna be like
Post-game is gonna
insane
be
tonight.
ridiculous either
I
way.
think it's gonna be. You're right. It's gonna be absolutely nuts one way or the other. If you are not yet aware, GCL Diesel pregame show. You're starting at 4:00 tonight.
Correct.
You're gonna be downtown.
Overlooking.
You're gonna be
Ice
overlooking
District.
Ice District. That'll be fun. Maddie's gonna have a Moss pick cam set up as well. And then if they win tonight, Awanak will be hitting the street. and we'll have that streaming on post game as well. So it should be pretty good.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's going to be interesting. Tense. In a good way.
Do you think Bobrovsky has to steal this one, or do you think Florida is?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the path. So you think Bobrovsky?
He's going to have to be excellent.
So if the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup tonight, first star of the hockey game is Sergei Bobrovsky?
Probably. And he hasn't been for 3 games.
I think I'd probably, well, that's why I think Oilers fans should feel pretty good about tonight.
They've gotten to him. I don't know why he didn't skate yesterday.
No, I still think he's capable of
Yeah.
standing on his head for a bloody game, right? Like,
Yep. Absolutely. This is the twists and turns of this series have been incredible. Edmonton, part of their MO in this postseason, which began 2.5 months ago, for crying out loud.
it has been a long playoff run.
I know. They get better as series go on. They prove that time and time again, and here we are for them to cap it off. So, yeah, Bobrovsky's going to have to be brilliant. They're going to need some run support. They're going to need Tkachuk to have his best game. They're going to need Bennett and Rodriguez to be right there with Tkachuk on that line. They're going to need I think Barkov has actually been pretty damn solid this entire series. Reinhardt's been a little bit spotty at times.
Barkov's been their best forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
We'll see. What percentage of fans do you think tonight at this game are Oilers fans? I ballparked 40% last night.
30?
Seemed high. People are like, that's too high. Darren Dreger this morning on the Smash It Nielsen show said that he wouldn't be surprised if it was a 50-50 split.
That'd be insane. I do know of and had the opportunity to hop on a charter for a cool $2,500 to go down.
Really?
Yeah, 95 Edmontonians on a charter.
25? That's not bad.
That's not
2,500.
bad.
There and back?
There and back.
For 2,500?
Yeah.
Total?
But the ticket, I obviously have my media pass, so I could go.
Yeah. But 2,500 total. There and back?
Yeah,
That's it?
that's it.
Damn, man.
On a chartered flight for 95 people.
People are paying a lot more than that and going like 5-6 stops to get down there.
Yeah, which is brutal.
That's not a bad idea, man.
Yeah. Now, the overall price for that charter, you could probably buy a home with, but
Yeah.
But
well, for the
you
one
split it,
person,
yeah.
but yeah, if you split it, it's, that's not bad. RPK is in it, says half the crowd is going to be Oilers boys. I wouldn't even be surprised. Pianer's Pancakes says that charter filled up in 25 minutes.
Yes, it did.
Pablo Barossa says I will go 25% Oilers in the crowd tonight. It's not the money, it's the travel time. Yeah, maybe it'll be a little bit more convenient for others to get down there. Hampton Steve is in it, says, I had my heart ripped out of my chest, just like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber in 2006. So if they lose tonight, I will just be numb to the pain and proud of the team for giving us a great 3 months. That's interesting. Like for the slightly older-ish generation, you've already had an ultimate heartbreak. So this time you're just happy to see another crack at it? Even though it's a completely different group?
It's a completely different group. It's almost 2 decades ago. I do remember that day. I think it was an afternoon game, if I recall correctly. And the anticipation and all that. And that game, it just felt like it wasn't going to go Edmonton's ways from puck drop. And that's why it was interesting when Georges Laraque, when we did the thing, the bids for kids sport the other day.
That was a great video.
Hearing Georges describe the team, how it felt going into Game 7, emptying the tank in Game 6. And I think someone reminded me, too, that Georges mentioned, it felt like they had won the Stanley Cup in Game 6. They had nothing left in Game 7. From the outset, that game seemed off for Edmonton. This is 18 years ago, granted. This is a different team. It's a different time. It's a different situation, obviously. Maybe different result. If you're an Oilers fan, certainly hope for that.
Library Pat is in it, says, in 2006, I went to the rally at Churchill Square after they lost. My enduring memory from that day is Jason Smith saying to the crowd, holy bleep, what would you have done if we won? He was gobsmacked by the support. I'm hoping to find out the answer to that question. Guys, when I checked the time to get from Fort Lauderdale to Edmonton, it was 35 hours with connections. Is it always that bad, or it's just been like that for this series? Well, it's going to be like that now because all the planes are taken up. They're still like, we can get you there, but you've got to go Edmonton, Vancouver, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Denver, Minnesota, Minnesota, Atlanta. Orlando than drive.
Edmonton, Toronto, Fort Lauderdale, Edmonton, Montreal, Miami.
But if you want it, you'll do it.
You'll do
it.
it.
If you're a fan who wants to be there for that game and you got the means, then you'll take a boat. Somebody would take a boat down through the Panama Canal and then up the other side.
Yes.
I think that's how the Panama Canal works.
I think it is.
Did I call it Panama?
At the end,
Panama
you had
Canal.
it right at
That's
first.
what I was looking for.
It's a feat of human engineering unlike any other in a time of, what was that, the 20s?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. In 2024, the Panama Canal can't be that impressive.
I think it still is.
I don't know. I mean, nowadays
wide?
you think you'd have better technology, right?
Well, we
And
have
just
better
a series
planes.
of gates and waters lifting and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy who takes a shot at Panama Canal on the day of
Where's
Game
Panama?
7, but I feel like it's not as impressive as it once was. Sorry, I had to say it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Reno, a.k.a. my dad, texts in and says, "We believe. I'm having flashbacks of walking down Jasper Ave celebrating like crazy back in the 80s. It was great then, and it will be great now. Lord Stanley's coming home where it belongs. Play La Bamba, baby." Reno is probably walking down Jasper Ave with a cup, like a Molson Canadian
Right now?
beer hat.
Or back then.
No, he probably had one of those beer helmets with like Canadians back then. Now he would have 6 o'clock or loggers. We'll get him one. And then we'll also give him his blankie when he goes night-night as soon as the celebration's over.
Baggy Lean says the Oilers are getting covered by Stephen A. Smith today. LOL.
Great.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, there's a lot of people who are all on the Oilers right now and then won't care about them again come next October.
Yep.
So, I
90
mean,
mil for that guy.
I'm here for the real ones. And a lot of you watching right now are the real ones.
They are.
So I think I appreciate the support that everybody's had so far. Retro Oiler 99 says Dusty's mixing Van Halen's Panama and Def Leppard's Animal together. That must have been what it is. Thanks, man. That must have been what my mind was on in those situations. Okay, so at the beginning of the day, the Oilers were a slight underdog going into this game against Florida.
Okay.
Huss and I, at the beginning of the lock shop, both said we thought they should be above a minus 120. Then we hammered, like we talked about the Oilers' odds of winning tonight very heavily. Mm-hmm. I think lock shoppers and ESTers hit the Oilers so hard that it moved the line, so they're now a slight favorite over at Coolbet, our official betting partner. EST parlays locked and loaded. Connor McDavid, 2 points tonight. Hyman goal. Oilers win plus 440. So if you want that right now, go to coolbet.com. Oilers win. McDavid over 1.5 points. Hyman goal tonight plus 440. Click on the left panel, exclusives. Then click on Edmonton Sports Talk Parlay, and you can ride with us over there. Stay cool, bet responsibly. But as I've mentioned on other shows today here on EST, my entire account is on the Edmonton Oilers to win tonight. So we'll see if they can. If the Oilers win tonight, my wife's finally getting that king bed.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
She's wanted a king bed for a long time. I too have wanted a king bed. I get king beds on the road sometime. My God, you can sleep sideways on them. It's just like you're sleeping normal.
You're a large
human
being.
It's great. I love king beds. So yeah, I think if the Oilers win tonight, I'll get her the king bed that she's always wanted. You know, make some memories for the Oilers tonight, and then get a king bed, which would be a lot of fun. Can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, do you think the Oilers should be the favorite going into this game? I think they should. I don't even think it's hesitation.
They've earned that.
Yes, they've won 3 in a row. This series should be over. Like, if it wasn't for Bobrovsky standing on his head in game 1, this series would already be over, in my opinion. So, of course, they should be a favorite in game 7.
Florida has been excellent at home. They're 7-4. Edmonton's been very good on the road at 7-5. Oh, this is equal. Edmonton has the confidence. I don't like saying momentum because the whole momentum game to game can change, but Edmonton is playing with this incredible confidence. Florida is not, but this is where it can turn on a dime.
Man, I'm so tired of the momentum thing.
I'm not. But
they have the momentum. Like they do. They've won 3 in a row.
They have.
Like they look like an absolute wrecking ball right now compared to the Panthers. So I understand the whole momentum thing, and I know we've talked about it for years in the playoffs and momentum, and in games sometimes it doesn't even carry over. I get all that. But how can you not watch this series right now and think that the Oilers have some sort of advantage in momentum? Look at the Panthers bench last game. They were like this.
If
Like, they have no
Edmonton,
clue what was going on.
if Edmonton has the belief, which I feel like the team does,
I don't know how they wouldn't.
the belief. I'm just setting this up. Of course, I don't know how they would.
What are you
They
setting
should.
up, though?
If they have the belief and the swagger and the confidence, that is a great thing to have. And it'll take a lot for the Florida Panthers to shift that. That's why I like Edmonton's chances tonight. That's why I feel like compared to this situation in 06, it's different. That Oilers team to this one,
So slight favorite in your mind?
slight favorite.
Slight favorite. We got it. Slight favorite. Tommy Gazzola says the Oilers are a favorite tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be. And over at Coolbet right now, they are. All right, hey, if you want to pick up a little something, Popeyes, any of the Popeyes locations, they are launching, I believe as of today, and this is a continuation to their bone-in wings platform, which will allow customers now the choice between the ghost pepper bone-in wings or the all-white boneless wings with a milder flavor. We're going to have to try these. With the current success of the wings that they've got, they're continuing to hammer out the existing sauce offerings, including signature hot, honey garlic, honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, as well as the classic boneless wings. First they went bone in, went well. Now they're going bone out. Boneless wings, available. Popeyes. Though now, if the boneless wings are anything like the size of the bone-in wings, you got something significant on your hands, man. Because remember the bone-in wings?
I do remember the bone
Massive. They're massive wings.
They're very large and filling and delicious.
All right, so there you go. Boneless wings at Popeyes. I texted Furby today.
How's he doing?
Popeyes boy.
Popeyes boy.
I said, hey, Ferb, are you in Florida right now? And he texts me back a picture poolside. He goes, of course I am.
He was probably on one of the charters.
He probably was.
Yeah.
He probably was on the charter.
Yeah.
Who else is that? Brezzy? You know Ryan Bresden?
Yeah, I know Brezzy.
Yeah, you know Brezzy from the Dirty Birds.
He looks like a scary dude. I think I played against him.
Brezzy is a
back
scary
in the
dude.
day.
He had like 300 pims in the AJ.
Yeah.
Brezzy will bust your face in.
But he's really nice.
He's an elementary school teacher.
That's unbelievable.
It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my entire life. Anyway,
Yeah.
he's in Florida. Everybody's in Florida. Like, there's a ton of people down in Florida right now. And I hope they get it done for you. For
Yeah, so
everybody
do I.
who's invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be there at the game tonight, I hope they get it done for
Yes.
you. Smitty the Welder says, yeah, I'm sick of hearing this no momentum from game to game. The series is a clear indicator that momentum can carry over from game to game.
I understand this.
Right, especially with Bobrovsky. Like the Bobrovsky momentum in the first few games carried over.
Right. I understand this. That's why I like to call what they have confidence and belief. If we're going by the no momentum thing, okay, I'm cool with that. Anything can happen. I understand and respect this theory. That's why I'm saying they have the confidence. And if they have the belief in association hand in hand with the confidence, I like their chances. That's why I agreed to Dusty's notion of I'm saying they're slight favorites.
Surveyor Brett tweeted at me about 12 minutes ago. Line for the Moss Pit has started, 12:14 Mountain Time. It's just starting to grow, and now people see that's growing, so it'll start to grow quicker because they're going to want to rush down there. And when it's all said and done, Matty Iwanek will be creeping on them from way at the top.
He does that. He has 100 times Zoom on his phone.
It's a great phone.
It is
really
unbelievable.
is. But he's not using the phone. We're locking off a webcam at the top, shooting the Moss Pit.
Yeah.
He'll take his phone down to the street if we decide to go there with the post-game coverage tonight.
Yes.
Bobby LaFrench is in on the oil stream today. If you're watching over
Bonjour.
on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us, all right? We would appreciate that. I don't know what we are currently at. Let me refresh. I mean, if we can't get 100 likes today on the
82,
oil stream.
come on.
Oh, my God, we're at 82.
Let's go.
We might have a 200-like show. We're only halfway through here.
I want to say changing 200.
Oh, I want to hear you say it just like that again.
Changing 200.
Yes, let's go. Hammer the thumbs up if you're watching over on YouTube today. Would appreciate it. Bobby LaFrench is in. 780-218-9999. Guys, I've watched like many of the Nasties, 70-plus games a year for most of my life. I can respect the bandwagon folks, but I don't want to watch with them. So many now fans asking to watch with me. No thanks. I'll watch in my setup like I have for the previous 100 games this year. At home, alone, daughter with me for period 1, and online with my sister in Victoria. Keeping it real. I've daydreamed of this moment, and I'm always in my spot. This one's for us, lads. Win or lose, enjoy every moment. I also got a lot of time for people who refer to other people as lads.
Well said.
I've never done that before in my life.
Hello, lads.
Let's go, lads.
Let's go, lads. I want to throw a question out there to our listeners and viewers. What is the right way to watch the game tonight for you? Because I think that's a big
Good question,
thing.
Tommy.
That's a big thing. It's like you've gone to watch parties. You've sat and watched alone like Bobby LaFrance. You have a routine.
Bobby LaFrance.
What is the right way to watch the game for you tonight? Is it a watch party in your backyard? Jarrell and Michaela from Fox Coffee on 104th, proud partners of Hello Hockey, they do like the screen in the backyard with friends and family.
Great idea.
Yeah. What is the right way to watch? Do you do something different because it is Game 7 and the Cup's being handed out? That's what I'm curious about. Like last night when I was talking to my brother, I'm like, well, we have to do the pre- and post-game show, and we're trying to set up something special because we're not on location. We're not just going to be in studio. And he's like, well, I just want to be downtown. Can I come watch at your place? I'm like, yeah, sure, but like we're going to be busy. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, we're going to have our setup on our amenities floor overlooking Ice District, but I'll be watching on my nice big TV in my living room, and just my brother and his buddy there, and Iwanek if he wants to, unless Iwanek's up in his palatial palace in the sky.
I said earlier today, I was talking with the boys, like, I've had a bunch of people text me, be like, are you in Florida? Are you in Florida?
Yeah,
and I was like,
same.
well, first of all, I didn't get home until Saturday, and I leave on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I'm home for like 3 full days. So no, I'm not leaving during the 3 full days in between. But I was talking with Zacticum and YouTube Trev between shows, and like I want to watch the game with my family.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's how I want to consume this game. I said to him, like, Elizabeth will watch probably 2 periods, and then she'll just be like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Like she marches to the beat of her own drum. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She might stay up tonight because she knows the Stanley Cup might be dished out. But I said to Zach and Trev, I said, I don't know how much money it would take for me to not watch the game. Like, I would never just leave Marshall there by himself. Like, I view it like this. If the Oilers win the Stanley Cup tonight, Marshall will remember this game for the rest of his life. And if I was out at a watch party somewhere, he's going to remember that I wasn't with him.
Good point.
And it's just, there's zero chance. Like, there's zero chance. So I told the boys, I said, I think it would have to be money that would, like, change his future for me to not be with him tonight. Win or lose. If they lose tonight, that kid's going to be devastated. I got to be there for him.
Right.
If they win tonight, I want to share in his joy watching a child. I remember when the Habs won the Cup when I was 12. I'll never forget that. It was the greatest moment of my life. I know exactly where I was. I'll never forget it. So for him tonight to get that opportunity, you could not take me away from
That's
that
beautiful.
tonight. Like, you just couldn't do it.
That's beautiful.
You couldn't do it. Trip to Florida to be there for the game, no chance. Unless you're bringing the whole bloody family. Like, it's just, there's no way.
That's beautiful.
Couldn't
I love
do it,
that.
man.
I love that. It's special. Either way, it's going to be special. My good buddy Darren Boyd in the Nasty Chat. What's up, Boydo? Say hi to Mel and the kids. TV under the deck in our backyard.
That
Oilers
sounds nice.
lights on the deck. Just the family.
The only difference we might have tonight is usually Marshall and I and Tam will watch the game upstairs, like close to where the Muzz is sleeping. Mm-hmm. And Marshall usually has to like dial it back a bit on the cheering just because it won't wake his sister.
Not tonight.
I think tonight maybe we just stay downstairs and watch the game so he can really let loose. Really let loose.
Mitchie R. Watching with my husband on the 82-inch in our horror-themed basement.
Horror.
82-inch.
Did you say whore?
Horror-themed.
Oh, phew. I thought you said in our whore-themed basement.
If you had
I
a
was like,
horror-themed
what?
basement, what are you doing down there?
What is going on down there?
Yeah.
We're watching the game in our sex dungeon.
Yeah.
What?
Great swings for everyone.
This is amazing.
It's tons of fun.
780-218-9999. That's a good one. Darren, I like that one. That's good. Blissimo says, Game 7 is more about with who than where.
Well said.
Got to watch with the 80s Oilers dads and moms if you're lucky enough to still have them around. So like back with your parents again.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Hopefully Marshall will return the favor Like when I'm older. And I'm
And
like,
he's mopping up the slobber on your face.
Connor McDavid Jr. I
And-
remember his daddy doing something special. Like,
Daddy, you're slobbering again.
is that from somewhere? Or did you just come
I
up
just
with that?
came up with that.
Wow. I felt like that was from like an Adam Sandler movie or something.
I don't think so.
Good work, Tommy.
Maybe I don't know. I don't
The
think
two hoots are hitting.
Oh, it feels good.
This stuff is delicious.
It feels
You're going to
real good.
absolutely love it. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or hit us up over in the Nasty Chat as well. We're asking about how are you going to consume this hockey game tonight. Lots of good ones here. Guys, when I'm watching big games, I always watch alone. I love to fully immerse myself into the game.
Damn.
And I can't do that if I'm around a bunch of people talking. I feel like it also makes it more dramatic being with a bunch of people loosens the vibe a bit, where I'm more dialed in watching it alone. I love that. Like, for me, the closest I have to this right now for all you Oilers fans out there is LeBron James. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't watch, like, Marshall knows he's not watching with me. The family will. It's a little bit sad, but like, I don't want them around me when I'm watching LeBron until we know like the outcome, because I get very fired up. That's how I imagine all you Oilers fans will be today. So, yeah, I think in 2020 when they won, I remember they won, and I came running upstairs, and they were all upstairs jumping. I was just like, let's go. So I understand the vibe of like when you care passionately about something, you want to lock into your zone, man. I get that. That's a good one.
Penner's Pancakes via the Nasty Chat. You chaps do seem extra giddy. This is just so exciting. Like, fan of the game is what I feel I am, and I like to describe it that way. I want to see this city pop off and enjoy and celebrate after everything it's been dealing with on the hockey side for so long. This is a day unlike any other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, this could be a once in a lifetime.
Enjoy the energy, enjoy the atmosphere. Yes, I'm excited about the hockey game today. I'm excited to see what happens in the Stanley Cup final tonight. And it happens to be hitting very close to home. In our home city, with the team that everybody cheers for here. So, yeah, reason to be giddy. Penner's Pancakes, yes, absolutely, we're giddy.
Let's,
sure.
I said it's like almost a once in a lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime. The Edmonton Oilers will never again in your lifetime be down 3-0 in a Stanley Cup final and force a Game 7. You can come back at me in like 3 years if it happens again and be like, Dusty, you were wrong. I knew you're wrong, you idiot. But I'm not. Like, they will never, ever, in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final, have a chance to eliminate a 3-0 deficit again in your life. So this is a once in a lifetime moment for this city and for all you Oilers fans out there. So it should feel special today. It has to be.
It is special. I'm curious, Jenna Tills.
Okay.
Haha.
Yeah.
Noted nasty.
I still think it's funny.
It is funny. It was funny when you got caught not knowing what it was, and we had to clip that and post it. It was funny. It was a good short. Says, where did it go? Tom is pumped. If the Oil win, imagine how many pigeons will be celebrating all night long. May I ask, Jenna, because you've thrown out a few pigeon references when I've been on the air. Is that when I was ripping the pigeons that live in Ice District? Is this where this is coming from?
Maybe.
I hate the pigeons.
You do hate pigeons.
They're a nuisance. Please tell me, confirm it, because I'm trying to get the joke, and I think that's what it comes from. Let me know via the Nasty Chat. Thank you, Jenna T.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
It's when you were talking about the two pigeons doing their
their
thing. Yeah.
That's what it was. I forgot about that. We've got a lot of pigeons, a lot of sky rats downtown.
I hope, and I don't know if this would be good for Edmonton Sports Talk or not, but I hope tonight, while you're on the patio doing the pre or post game show, that two pigeons land on the table right next to you and start making love. And you're too distracted. You can't shoo them away, but you have to stay focused on the job at hand. And like just over your shoulder on the ledge, there's two pigeons just getting it on.
If that happens, you know it's meant to be.
Yes!
Stars aligned.
If you're watching the pregame show tonight and there's two pigeons going at it over Tommy's shoulder, or even on his shoulder,
it's a sign.
Like a pirate and a parrot, it's a sign. Bet the Oilers heavily at Coolbet.com.
A couple of great texts following that up. Box Pounder says, pigeons make Tommy go cuckoo. And then Jenna says, Tom knows I mean the banging pigeons. All right, thank you.
Tried to pretend it wasn't about the banging pigeons. You Yeah,
dog.
dirty guy. Yeah, unbelievable, this guy.
We've got whore dungeons and sex pigeons.
Yeah, what a day.
What a day.
Yeah, just imagine if they win, what tomorrow's going to be like on this station.
Lots of babies
Oh,
in 9
my
months.
God. All right, let's do this. Let's give you the key word for the $100,000 hole-in-one. What a nice announcement from Murray McCord in the Ranch
Beautiful.
Golf and Country Club today.
Yes.
What did he say on the hangout, Tommy?
Closest to the pin, barring a hole-in-one, which is worth $100,000, obviously, wins $1,000.
Boom.
So a little bit of cash will be going to one of our lucky candidates that is qualified for the hole-in-one.
That's great news. Somebody's going home with some cash. July 3rd, out of the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Brought to you by Golf Town. And when the Oilers hoist the cup tonight, that means hockey season is officially done and golf season is on. Golf Town has everything you need from all golf's top brands. Tommy, you'll be ready to roll, hey?
Yes.
Once the pre and posts are done.
After we did the post-game show on Friday, I was like, oh my God, one more. And I'm like, thank God, just one more. I can't wait to golf.
Unwind from the high energy of the playoffs and enjoy the physical and mental benefits of golf. Check them out. www.golftown.com is where you can find them. The keyword today on the oil stream is live, but golf version of live. L-I-V.
I watched some of that yesterday.
L-I-V. Text live right now to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Text live to 780-218-9999. One of you will be our final qualifier of the day, and you will go into a draw with the 3 other qualifiers from today. One of you get a call tomorrow morning, and you will win a swing at $100,000. One more time, the key word today is live. It's the $100,000 hole-in-one presented to you by Golf Town. If the Edmonton Oilers win tonight, Tommy, is it the greatest Stanley Cup championship of all time?
It's right up there. There's been some great ones, like some crazy 7-game series, but this one is like I think of Boston St. Louis. That was a tremendous Stanley Cup final. And the way the St. Louis Blues rallied from being in last place at January 6th was it? Or January 5th, and did that. That was a great series. This is going to be right up there. And it's subjective, obviously, where you're from, what team you cover or watch or cheer for. But I think objectively, this will have to be, storyline-wise, one of the best.
How many rounds would the Leafs have even played in 1942 when this last happened?
I think it was still 4.
How?
Was it still 4 or was it 2?
There were 6 teams.
Oh, yeah. No.
How would
Couldn't
they
have been
impossible
4.
to play 4 rounds.
Did everybody make the playoffs back then?
No, what is this? Maddie's CFL Fantasy League?
Let me look it up, because I don't... 1942
Maddie
NHL
hears
players.
that, I'm going to get yelled at for sure.
Well, he always gets
I think it would have been 2. You would have played a semifinal and a final, probably.
Yeah, I guess
So,
so.
you can't even compare the Leafs coming back down 3-0 to what the Oilers have done here through 4 rounds of playoffs that have gone on for 2.5 months.
Playoff bracket. Here we go. Okay, 4 teams made the playoffs. Semifinal.
So
then
congratulations!
final. You won 2 rounds.
The Toronto Maple Leafs have never won a playoff series in the 3rd round. Like they've never done it. So
what was 1967? Back then, they still had like 3-game series too, I think.
well, yeah. So it's not comparable. So take that comeback out of it because it doesn't fit into the conversation. I think this would have to be the greatest Stanley Cup championship victory of all time. It just has to be.
67
Yeah.
was still semifinal, final.
Yeah, because it was just on the verge of. Well, that would have been first year.
No, the year before expansion. 67, 68.
Yeah, so.
It was semifinal, final.
Yeah, so they've never won past the 2nd round of the playoffs, which is just hilarious. I mean, whatever. We don't have to laugh at them today. It doesn't matter, but it is funny. So yeah, I know. I think this would probably be the greatest Stanley Cup championship of all time. Being down 3-0 in the 4th set of a best of 7 and coming back from behind when you factor everything else in from the season, but just you also have a guy who's going to go down as one of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of the game, and this will be his first title and everything that's around it and all the other drama that's all led into this. If they can finish the job tonight, this would be the greatest Stanley Cup championship of all time. Other legendary playoff runs that I would remember, like things that really we remember Stanley Cup champions,
Yeah.
but like what other glorious runs do you remember?
Detroit and Pittsburgh's back-to-back finals against each other were awesome.
Yeah.
Those were tremendous.
Boston, Vancouver, I think because there was a Canadian team
That
in
was
there,
epic.
like that was a pretty good one.
That series turned on a dime after the Aaron Rome, Nathan Horton hit.
Yeah, the big hit right at the blue line,
At
right?
the blue line,
Yeah.
unnecessary, and it changed right there. The Canucks had it, and they pissed off the Bruins and motivated the Bruins, and then they stormed back.
You know the other one that I think is always special, and a lot of people would remember it for different reasons. I remember it because I was 12 years old when it happened, and it was my team that won it. But the Montreal Canadiens winning 10 straight overtime games
That's insane.
to win the Stanley Cup is also something that is like that'll never be done again.
It was against
That's nuts.
Gretzky trying to cement his legacy, winning a Stanley Cup with the
3 of
other
those
team.
games went to overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I don't remember all of. I was 7.
No, but the
I think.
10 overtime games is
That's crazy.
Is like a one-off,
Yes.
right? Just like the Oilers coming back. This one would be way better, but that's another one that jumps off. Maybe because a Canadian team was involved, but the Canucks Rangers, I was 13 at the time then. It was right after the 93
That was a
Habs.
good series.
That was a great series.
Did the Habs?
What else would
How many
stand out?
games did it take the Habs to win that one? I can't remember off the top of my
Against the
head.
Kings?
Yeah.
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah, it was 5. They rolled pretty good through that playoff.
Yeah.
But they just kept winning in overtime.
There's momentum and confidence, I guess.
When you go into an overtime and you've won 8 in a row,
You're like, yeah,
I
we
feel
got
like you probably feel pretty good going into that 9th overtime.
Yeah.
Like it just that was pretty wild as well. So.
Duck Dad via the Nas chat, and this is funny, and I can't believe he's saying this, but it's actually kind of true. We are a month away from Tom Gazzola's rankings of importance.
Yeah, pretty much. We usually start that. Well, we usually start that in
I'll be
August.
on vacation.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to text him in.
Well, don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of time. Actually, we're running out of time in the off season to talk about the next season, but we'll have plenty to talk about. And yes, we'll be back with the rankings of importance. How about my Calvin Pickard honorable mention?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, honorable mention. I'll give you the credit on that one because that was pre-Campbell collapse. That was the beginning of the offseason, or in the offseason.
There's been a few. I've had some naysayers. My brother always goes on like Oilers Reddit and HF boards, and he's like, you're getting dogged for this. You're getting dogged for that. I'm like, well, when I'm right, let me know if they actually call me out for being right. When I'm wrong, it's okay to call me out. But I've hit on a bunch, and I'm just saying, I'm going to do one of these today.
Well, yeah, the Matthias Janmark one too.
I had the Matthias. I had the when we expected the management change.
Yeah.
That was when show was still a podcast too.
My dad just texted me. The Leafs were in the Final Four. That's right. They lost to Gretzky and the Kings in '93.
Yeah. So they've never won 3 series.
They've never won 3 series, but I don't even know how many other times they've been in a conference final. That was obviously
they
the high
did
stick.
in
And
02, I think.
who'd they lose to there?
Carolina.
I
believe that
But they've
was-
never won 3 rounds.
No.
Still hilarious. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Guys, interesting stat. The Oilers have 10 players who have played in the playoffs, 13 if you include the regular season, that have only played for the Oilers. The Panthers only have 3, 6 if including the regular season. Anything to make of that? The Panthers only have 3 guys who've only played for them. Ekblad, Barkov. Who am I missing? Lundell?
No. Lundell came from somewhere.
Did Lundell come from somewhere?
Ekblad, Barkov, and
Where'd they get Lundell from?
Luostarinen.
Oh, the other young guy on the line.
Yeah.
No, Lundell's only played for Florida.
Oh, I thought he came
No,
from
he was drafted by Florida in the first
somewhere. What
round.
was Luostarinen?
Luostarinen, did he come from... Are we sure that number's right?
I'm looking at it right now.
He came from Carolina.
Oh,
in a
he
trade.
did. Okay, never mind.
So is that it? Those are the 3? Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Interesting.
Well, the Oilers grown from within, I guess, is what to make of that conversation.
And that'll be something we'll talk about in the offseason, too, because drafting and development is going to be of the utmost importance. And then pro scouting as well coming up here as Edmonton will look to retool as it will have to. Like this lineup is
They
gonna
will
look
not.
different.
This is a question for like Wednesday or something.
Yes.
But they won't have a GM in place by free agency, right? Like that seems like a crazy.
I don't know.
Jeff Jackson and his staff just oversee this, right? Like, is that not?
I do know that Kenny Holland and the staff are looking after the draft.
Makes sense.
And it's not a. They have what do they have? Their second rounder, and then like fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
and
if they
sixth
were
or something like
eliminated
that.
in the second round, they would have a general manager, and things would be. This is different.
This is different.
The
And
draft's in 4 days.
they've kept it really close to their chest, and we asked Pagnotta about that again on Hello Hockey last Saturday, and he's like, "Credit to the Oilers. This thing's been in the vault, and the distraction of the Cup final, which is great, has helped with that.
Yeah.
Shrouded in mystery."
This text comes in 780-218-9999. What an amazing year for EST to be born. Can you imagine if the old station had been shut down the day after Game 7 of the finals? So good to have this community. Thanks, guys. No, thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, it did work out really well for
Yeah.
us.
I love people like, so you guys going back to AM? It's like, why? Are we going to open a Blockbuster next week?
I mean, I just no, I don't ever, unless somebody gave us a free AM signal that you could actually hear somewhere, then maybe I would just say we're not changing anything.
No.
If you guys want to put us on the AM signal, go ahead. But we're operating the same way we're operating
we'll
right
feed
now.
you our
that's
signal
the
and put it
only
wherever you
possible way. Like that's the only possible way that would ever happen.
What a crazy
But yeah,
year.
this worked out extremely well. Like you could not have asked for a
No.
better way to start something like this.
Was
in
it
Edmonton.
scary? Yes.
Yeah, it is a little scary when
were
we just
scared
kind of got
shitless.
going with the four of us or whatever. But
Yeah. We have a Zach to come now. It's
not scary
We've got
anymore.
A YouTube Trev. We've got Jay Milne. We've got, Murray McCourt back with
Belsey,
us.
Gager, Cass.
Yeah, like we were scared, but it has worked out
Yeah.
really well. And no, we're not leaving.
Yeah, no, it's
going really good.
it's going good. It's going good, and hopefully we'll be able to add some more content
Yes.
for you over the next couple of months as well. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I said it this morning. I'll say it again here as we wrap up. I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup tonight. I do, unless you see a Florida team like Florida. If they're going, I don't think Florida can play the way they played the last 3 games, and the Oilers will let them win. I just don't see unless Florida, and maybe they will, because of this. Now if we lose, this thing's over. Maybe that brings you would hope for the Panthers. Any Panthers fans, you would hope that brings the best out of the Panthers tonight. So I'm not saying it's 100%, but I think it's like an 80% shot here that the Edmonton Oilers win this game tonight.
I like their chances tonight.
Let's see here. Man, we got a lot of texts flying in and a lot of messages flying in as well.
This is awesome.
It should be good. It is the final GCL Diesel. A huge shout out to GCL Diesel for hopping on late in the regular season. Good timing for them.
They
It worked
recognized
out
how
really
good
well.
the show is.
Yeah, they get it. They understand. GCL Diesel pre and post game coming at you tonight. Tommy's going to get fired up a little bit earlier than usual.
Yep.
4:00 tonight. What can people expect tonight? What do we got?
We've got Derek Van Diest and Dennis Bernstein from Amarant Bank Arena. We've got Matty Cassian. I'm going to see if Cass wants to do a full hour, depending on his schedule. Obviously, he's a busy boy. And we've got our man on the streets, Matthew Owanek. We're going to coordinate with Matty. We have to gather at our palatial estates at the tower that we live in. And it's going to be a different show. It's going to be a fun show, but a lot of the usual elements will be there. But we have a great setup, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to go, as soon as I leave today, I'm going right over to start setting it up.
Get it ready to
because
go.
I feel like it looks like it's already really busy downtown, and I know that amenities floor where we did our hangout a couple weeks ago with Jonathan Torrens and Alice Moran, that's been busy. It's getting rowdy. So we cordoned off a spot outside overlooking Ice District, so I'm going to go get everything
Get that set
so
up,
nobody
locked and loaded, ready to
messes
go.
around with it. Yeah.
Be good. I hope there's people there partying, watching the game in the amenities thing. So
There will be. There's going to be a watch
after the
party.
game. Hopefully, a few people can tap behind you and be like, Tommy,
Yeah,
Oilers.
I feel like that's going to happen.
That'd be fun.
Hopefully, I've got my muscle Matthew Owanek there.
Wow,
kidding.
Matty be down on the street getting ragdolled in the crowd.
And I look forward to going live down to Matthew.
If you are watching on YouTube right now, Matty's told me that we're basically premiering the morning show again, so it'll run like it's live. So be ready for that. That's going to get rolling here at 1 o'clock. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, obviously back to the Nielsen show for 3 hours. It was a fun show today, and that'll take you right into the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game show with Tom Gazzola tonight. The Oil Stream, as always, brought to you in part by Coolbet and Popeyes. Check out the boneless wings now available at Popeyes. And our presenting sponsor, Boston Pizza, Argyle Boston Pizza at noon on Wednesday. If you would like to join us. Oilers fans, you deserve this. I hope they get it done for you. Tommy's pre- and post-game is going to be absolutely amazing. Grab some 6 o'clocker lagers. Grab the birdie booze. Enjoy what should be a memorable night one way or the other. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, break it all down for you. Tommy on post-game tonight following the affair. For Zacticum and Tommy Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. Good luck to all of you. Take it easy.